GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Hey, welcome to In the Zone. Dave Delgado here with Steve Oshiro, the Guam National Physique Committee Vice President. We're talking about the Michelob Ultra Guam Bodybuilding Championships going down at the Sheraton next weekend. But first off, let's talk about what we can expect for this year's show. I know there's a lot more competitors. Every year it continues to grow and grow.
Yep. We can see the men's physique and the women's fitness bikini grow. Those are always the two most contested divisions on the male and female side. So
yeah, and it's good to see the Guam fans really motivated and excited to come out to these shows because, you know, these athletes, they've put in a lot of work getting ready and putting that package together just to display it for one day.
yeah, so actually what's good about it is, now we're in the social media age, so I think the island and the competitors' friends, and all their followers and stuff, they're able to see the process and see them change week to week, if they're out there and put it out on social media that, hey, I'm doing this, and a lot of them do, and that's a good thing, because it only helps the sport get more recognition and grow. And we see that, I think, on a worldwide basis now.
And for you as a coach and getting these athletes ready, do you find it a little bit more harder to keep them focused, or is it, this is the era where they're locked in and continue to see their progress with their posts online?
Yeah, well, I think social media is kind of like a tool for them to keep themselves committed, actually. But you don't put yourself out there, right? I'm doing this, yeah, 12 weeks out, 8 weeks out, and then 4 weeks out, oh, I quit. Right? Yeah. So I think it helps to keep them in check and keep them motivated, especially when they're getting feedback from their followers and their friends, and it's recorded, their whole journey's recorded on social media, which is cool. I have personally, as a coach, I haven't had anybody get too distracted, or I've never yet had to say, hey, you guys need to focus. You need to focus more on your prep than on your posting.
Yeah. And a lot of the times too, it's the dieting side that takes its mental fatigue on an athlete. But how do you continue to make sure that you need to be prepared both mentally and physically, because you might have a great package, but on stage, the crowd, all eyes on you, you might seem a little timid out there. You might not be able to I guess, hit every pose, or kind of present that package in a way that the judges are like, okay, that's confidence right there.
Yeah, so I think that's an issue, I guess, for the very novice person, but you get past it if you compete more than once. And the good part is there's a morning show and there's an evening show. So I think by the evening show, these guys have already overcome that fear because they know they've been judged. The hard part is over. But leading up to it, it's not just in the gym. These guys are having posing practices too, and it doesn't, it's not in front of a live audience, but you'll see people being a little bit more open about their posing, so they're practicing in the gym. People are watching them. I let them know that too. It's like, hey, if you just keep practicing in your bedroom, your bathroom, you need to open up, right? So people are, they're recording it, and you put it on social media. Hey, sometimes you get trolled too, right? So
yeah, and I think that's the main thing.
You gotta be prepared for that.
Especially with this sport, of course there's a lot of camaraderie, but you have to own it. I mean, like you said, with the posing, you can't be like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it. You might as well get in there, hit them poses in the gym while you're pumped, so you can see that, okay, there is, it is coming all together, because during that long, whatever it is, 12 weeks out, it's a prep, And if you don't see the results that you want, sometimes for these athletes, it can be a little discouraging.
Yeah, definitely. But I think you know, week to week, if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're making changes in their physique, you know, that's motivation to keep, you know, pushing forward. And I think I can speak for um, all coaches. We're setting up little milestones. You know, at this point, you should be, you know, especially if you need to make a weight, right? You should be at this point. Your body fat should be at this point. You know, if you're not, then we got to make adjustments somewhere, whether it's nutrition or more activity to, you know, so that you're at a caloric deficit. Sometimes it's both. Oftentimes it's both, actually.
And when the judges are judging this event, and you talked about some of the points that, as a coach, you want to make sure that when your athletes are peaking and they're getting ready to compete, that these certain things that the judges are looking for, you guys check them off your list.
Exactly, yeah. So with each division in the event, there's you know, there's, you know, a list of things that the ideal say bodybuilder or bikini fitness athlete should possess, right? And so you got to make sure that we try to achieve those looks so that they can do their best.
Anything in particular that stands out most when it comes to what judges are actually looking for?
Well, from division to division, it changes. So like bodybuilding, okay, you want, and for all of them, it's going to be symmetry. And it's like, for bodybuilding, it's symmetry not just from left to right, from top to bottom, front to back, right? So you want a complete look, right? You want broad shoulders, you want flaring lats, you want a small, tight waistline, abs, you know, thin for bodybuilding, really thin, low body fat levels, you know, striations everywhere, you know, even vascularity counts, you know, that hardness, and of course, overall muscularity. And then when we talk about classic physique, now we're bringing, that's a division that's growing a lot too, because it doesn't require the athlete to get as huge, as big, you know. We still want conditioning to be there, but maybe not as big, but we also want them to really pose well and hit classic bodybuilding shots. These are poses that were popular back in the golden era of bodybuilding, like the 80s, maybe the early 90s, even the 70s, you know, lots of twisting and lots of flowing routines should be, should flow from one pose to the other without, you know, the transitions need to be there, you know, and posing should happen, not just standing up. You've got to, you know, get down, get into classic like archer poses, things like that. So it's almost like a series of Greek statues, you know, in motion.
And the Japanese side definitely have a lot of competitors that come out and bring, you know, real top level physiques to the competition. But we also talked about how the Guam show is another venue for off-island competitors that have drawn a lot of attention to come out here and want to compete.
Yes, so this is the second year. So our contest is actually two contests. We have our local national bodybuilding and fitness championships, and then we have the international friendship tournament. And they're held on the same day at the same venue. And the Guam athletes compete against the Japanese. But on the local side, that event is, for the nationals, it's sanctioned by the National Physique Committee, the NPC. And they're pretty much the front runner for amateur bodybuilding in the United States. And most of the spotlight, the revenue and the income to be earned is in the United States in bodybuilding. So they kind of control or supply the IFBB Pro division with pro athletes by holding these pro qualifiers. And our event is an actual national qualifier. And what we what we mean by that as a national qualifier is there's like seven to 10 top tier contests in the United States that if you win or in some contests they're so big it can be first and second place, sometimes even third place. If you place that high, you earn your pro card. So then, and that's like the brass ring for these guys to be able to turn pro and try to make a living off of the sport through endorsements and contests, prize money.
Guam has been blessed too. We had a guest poser a few years ago who was an Olympian champion. Can't remember his name on the top of the head, but any guest posers that we have coming out this year?
This year, no, I don't think we have a guest poser. Unless we can get Greg Monk to
yeah, so I told him,
in,
hey man,
but
hey Greg,
I mean that might be. I'm sorry. I mean, our president, Marianne Morrison, is Pangilinan is the one that's been working on that end of it. Yeah, and all that. So we could, and Greg's just competed.
Yeah, so he's still in shape.
Yeah.
And where can people get tickets for the show at?
All Paradise Fitness Centers should be by Monday of next week, and the bulk of the tickets are actually sent out through family and friends from the competitors. So they get that's our way of making sure that competitors, family and friends get their tickets. So
yeah, I think that's really important because as an athlete, as a competitor, when you're out there on the stage, you want to get hyped and feel that emotions from the crowd. And if you have your family and friends cheering you on, then that's definitely going to help you out and kind of calm the nerves a little bit.
Yeah. So, and Guam fans are crazy about, we only have, this is like the premiere show, and we only, there are some smaller shows that have happened, but this is the main show, happen once a year. So they're ready, and it's always sold out. So, and they go nuts. I've been to bodybuilding shows, in the States, in Hawaii, in the South Pacific when I was competing and stuff, and Guam fans go nuts. It's a riot in there. People come with signs, we have to remind them
no
blowhorns and things like that. But yeah, in this digital age, they got poster giant life-size cutouts.
How many athletes do you have in works for this show in general?
So this year I'm working with 5 bikini athletes, and I think 2 of them have competed before. Geraldine, who won last year, and Geraldine Mesa, and Maritha O'Connor competed once before. Those 2, and the other 3 are pretty much all newcomers. Actually, one, Ava Ramos, she was I think only 13.
Yeah, 13.
She competed in women's physique that year, just as a tribute to one of our good friends, the late Flo Burke. So she did that. But this year she's a young lady now, and she's ready to contest the women's open bikini fitness division. So.
All right. Well, make sure you get your tickets. We'll see you at the show at the Sheraton. That's going down, the Michelob Ultra Guam Bodybuilding Championships. So, hey, keep it locked and get those tickets now. That's going to do it for us at In the Zone.